From the publishers of Fair Housing Coach, meet property manager Paul. Paul works for a property management company and encounters many of the same issues you do. The owner of the property that Paul manages says he is ready, willing, and able to provide designated parking and other reasonable accommodations for mobility-impaired tenants, provided that those individuals are willing to pay the costs of processing the request. Paul knows that designated parking spaces for mobility-impaired tenants is a frequent source of reasonable accommodations complaints. So he wonders, does the ban on charging a fee for granting a requested reasonable accommodation also apply to charging fees or deposits for processing an accommodation request? The answer, yes. Requesting processing or administrative fees is a common mistake, especially in the context of parking accommodations that entail monetary costs or additional liability risks to the landlord. Paul explains to his boss that if an accommodation is reasonable, the landlord must pay the associated costs out of its own pocket and not charge the requester a fee or deposit to defray the associated expenses. In addition, the landlord can't deem a requested accommodation unreasonable simply because it costs time and money to provide. To reject an accommodation as being unreasonable, the burden must be undue based on the financial resources, the benefits to the requester, and the availability of cheaper, easier alternatives that would effectively meet the requester's needs. Thus, for example, a landlord doesn't have to create extra parking spaces or enlarge its parking lot just to accommodate a single tenant. Get more information about fair housing compliance by going to www.fairhousingcoach.com/subscribe.